Okay, so welcome. It's Judy Gabriel here, and I'm really excited because I'm in the city of Toronto, and I'm here talking with Foly from the Asiko Afrobeat Ensemble. And it's a really exciting time because we're approaching the 25th annual Afrofest.
Yes.
So we're here, and you're going to be performing and gracing the stage and doing lots of work there.
Excited.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay. All right. So tell us, June the 12th at the Gladstone Hotel is your first performance for Afrofest this year?
Yes, this is my first performance for Afrofest.
Ever?
Yeah,
prior?
ever, yeah.
Oh, okay. So we really welcome you.
I'm glad. I came last year and I actually tried to be part of it, but I guess it was a little too late. So.
Okay. So you're here this year?
I'm here. And it will be great.
Okay, so what are we looking forward to this year? Tell us a little bit about your ensemble, the type of music. What are we in for this year?
Well, I had the band for years back in the US, and we played all over the place and did a couple of tours, and had like an album released in 2007. And I'm in Toronto now, and it's been great actually. It's been really, people are very receptive. I was actually, it's been great. Had a couple of gigs, and it's been wonderful with the crowd and having everybody get up and dance and stuff like that.
Absolutely. I have to say that I did see one of your performances online.
Okay, yeah.
And the crowd, as you say, was very excited. The music is exceptional. It is a very sort of captivating, fun, high energy music. Describe it a little bit, because I know it's a fusion of different kinds of music.
Yeah, it's a fusion of, the best way somebody described it is that it goes from Afrobeat to reggae to a little bit of alternative rock, and then it goes back to Afrobeat.
Yeah.
That's really, I try to fuse everything into one without doing too much.
Right.
Which is, that's what really excites me.
Well, what I love about that is that it's attractive to all kinds of people, all kinds of crowds. Because when I look at the crowd, it's everybody in the crowd.
Yes.
And they're loving the music.
Yeah, because see, one time somebody told me, I played for the Nigerian president one time. And it was hard to play because the kind of music that I was playing was really typical, and it was all about, how do you say it, about the crimes of the government and all the bad things they've done. We were playing a day before, and these guys walked into the place, and two of them, and I didn't know them, but obviously they're like the biggest labels in Nigeria back then.
Right.
And after the show, they approached me. Oh, we have a gig tomorrow at the Hyatt Regency. Oh, can you play? I said, oh yeah, absolutely. I'll talk to everyone and see. And then they mentioned the delegates that are coming, and I'm like, oh, okay. You guys heard what we're talking about in the music, and they're like, don't worry about it. You just cut this here and there. I said, there's nothing to cut. So the next day we went and we got on stage, and the first word that I said, somebody came running from the crowd, because the president was like right in front of me. I was looking at him, and the lady came running, stop. And I had a lot of people from the US who, people who are born there, and they couldn't understand, and the musicians were like, what's going on? What's going on?
Right.
I'm like, let's just get out of here. So yeah, and but it was, but what that taught me a couple of things too.
Right.
What that taught me is that after the gig, somebody was talking to me and was advising me on how to try to tone things down and all that. Since then I've written a couple of songs more for the whole community base. Like the song online is called Olofofo, which means someone who snitches, someone who tells on you.
Okay.
That's not necessarily for the government, but it's just for day-to-day life.
Yes.
I have another song called Winners Never Quit, you know, and that's how I started writing those kind of songs, you know. But yeah, that's so the person advised me and said, you know, you should try to tone this down. So, but rather than try to tone it down, what that taught me was that, you know, I can make this music even more open, you know. So I started listening to more music and trying to figure things out, and then I figure out, you know, let me add a little more of element that people are used to,
Okay.
you know, and what someone described it as, and I didn't even think of it like that, but the person was like, it goes from Afrobeat to, you know, rock, it goes from rock to jazz, and then back to Afrobeat, you know, which kind of embodies everything.
Yep,
you know?
yep, it certainly does. So break it down for us. Afrobeat. What is Afrobeat?
Well, Afrobeat is a style of music. It's a fusion of, you know, African percussion and jazz and funk. You know, just a blend of all kinds of music. Like with me, I took it a little bit further. Sometimes there's an element of rock in it. Actually, there's an element of R&B in one of the songs as well. So it's just a fusion of different kinds of music that was created by Fela Kuti, you know, years back.
Yeah.
And but the thing, there's a little bit of secret to it though, which is not necessarily secret,
Right,
but
right.
it's just that like there's a certain pattern of drum kick that we use that everyone else doesn't use.
Okay.
You know, that's what, you know, really one of the things that differentiates it. And then the chords are like repetitive and you know, but it's not tiring.
Right.
You know, the bass line repeats all the way through, but it's still not tiring.
Right.
And so that's really what differentiates Afrobeat from a lot of.
Okay.
Same here.
So how did it all start for you?
It started back in Nigeria a few years back, and it started not knowing exactly what I wanted to do because of the influences. There are like a lot of foreign influences in our music, and you know, you juggle between what is real and what is not. You know, real being who you are, and what is not being trying to pick everybody else's and forgetting what is real to you.
Right.
So, you know, I had to go through all the challenges, and then when I came to the US, you know, I started understanding a lot of things, you know, just about life generally. And then I decided, and I played with a lot of people too in the past, you know, so but I decided to go with Afrobeat because it just felt so much comfortable, you know, with me. And now what I've been doing is that, apart from the Afrobeat, since I can record, you know, I do music, I produce as well, and I have like my own studio, so I'm able to, you know, do a couple of other things. I actually just finished two gospel albums with another musician, and you know, this will be my third gospel music. With, not me personally, but with people, you know, and I'm producing it and engineering and all that.
Oh, good.
And I'm working on my Afro Soul album as well. And
when can we expect that to come out?
You know, I hope this year. I really hope. Everything is done.
Right.
You know, it's just that there are some little bit of technicalities here and there that needs to be fixed.
Okay.
That's really what is stopping the album from coming out.
Okay. So if people wanted to get in touch with you and reach you, tell us how we can do that.
Well, I'm mostly on Facebook these days. The band has a Facebook page. It's called Asiko Afrobeat.
Okay.
And ASIKO Afrobeat.
Nice.
And that's really where we put the updates and all that. We're working on the website and trying to see, you know, what we can get and make it a good website, very interactive too.
Okay.
But we're on Facebook.
Okay. Asiko Afrobeat Ensemble. So look for them on Facebook. I want to thank you so much, Foly, for talking to us.
Thank you.
And we look forward to the kickoff of Afrofest this year. And don't forget, June 12th at the Gladstone Hotel, you will see the Asiko Afrobeat Ensemble perform. And we are just excited. Thank you so much.
Come on, come off.
Yes.
Bring your friends too.
And your dancing shoes.
Yes, don't forget that.